guide and direct our club, its leaders, and our actions. Grant that each of us may feel our responsibility to Rotary, to our community, to our country, and to all countries and people. Let us give thanks for all of our past leaders of this club. Grant our new club president the wisdom and vision to plan, and remember always the four-way test to serve our community. Bless our meeting today in your name. Amen. All right.
Hold on. Yeah.
We're having technical difficulties today.
Yeah, I think there's one day I can do it.
Yes. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic all right. And the four-way test first. All right.
Carol Wyatt. Carol, welcome. Would you stand and tell us what you do? That's great. That's a good start. We would love to have you in the Rotary if you ever feel inclined. You're welcome. She's retired. There you go. Our buddy Gil's back. Welcome back from where, Gil? Back from right here. Right there.
Good to be here.
Gil, how are you?
Practicing retirement, doing quite well at it.
Jennifer Inman. Jennifer, welcome. Right, thanks for being here. I'd like to be financially empowered soon. Billy and Ian, don't tell them about how I can financial empowerment. And the bank.
Jennifer brought someone with her.
She did, and it is, I'm gonna go with, I'm not sure because I can't read it. How about? That'd be great. Welcome, Isla. It only took me like 6 or 7 years. Yep. Chris Herman. Wow, this is impressive. Chris, we hear so much about how things are going in the Herman household. Can you, yeah, could you please stand and tell us what you're doing these days?
I'm a writing sophomore at Lloyd Memorial High School.
Very good. One of our favorites, Barbara Ron. Back to Barbara. She is reluctantly the past president of the club.
Yeah.
You've been on that job for like a month.
A couple weeks.
A week, okay.
Out of a job, yeah.
This, Ella, remember it says be great, strong. Ella Hamlin, could you please tell us what you do? Okay, stand up and tell everybody. Where are you student? Congratulations. Way to go. That is good. We all know that the Reds are doing wonderful. Looked at everybody up around here. The sports news is exciting. Major League draft last night was exciting. 4th of July was unbelievable. You know, the fireworks were going on. Dogs are still under people's beds. It's really, really good fireworks here. So that's impressive. We also had Taylor Swift in town. And there was a lot of criticism of Joe Burrow, but now Joe did show up. And he was in one of the suites at Paycor Stadium with his girlfriend and a bunch of her girlfriends. And it was really pleasing to me when I noticed that I saw at the end of that, Gary Grimes was in the box as well. So it was good. I didn't know Gary was a Swiftie, but I think that's really cool. To do that. Way to go. That's all I have.
All right, we still have our help wanted sign out. We are looking for a secretary and a treasurer. Ian will be moving into the president-elect during this meeting, so we need someone to take over the treasurer's position. And we need someone for the secretary position. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask Ian or Brad or myself or Julie. We'll walk you through it. We won't just throw you in the deep end, that's wrong. Save some dates for us, get them on your calendar. October 6th, we have the golf outing coming up. See Sean Carroll for sponsorship opportunities and team opportunities. December 4th, we have the Christmas concert coming up. And let's see, Gary, I lost you. See, Gary, if you have any questions about the Christmas concert.
I'll mention the last one.
Yes.
I talked about.
Okay, you mentioned that when you talk, great. All right, don't forget to RSVP for our meeting so that we know how many tables, how many chairs, and how much food we need for the meeting. So don't forget to do that. And then, is Mark here? I don't think I saw Mark. All right. Happy birthday, Mark, and then happy dollars. For those of you who are not familiar with this, if you have something good that's happened in your life, personally, professionally, club, we will take $1 and you tell us about it. So who has a happy dollar here?
I already put my 2 in.
Okay.
I remember giving it in. One, yesterday, I dropped my son off over at GSE over at Northern Kentucky University. So he is gone for 3 weeks. Yeah. He was but he already FaceTimed me last week. So if you happen to be on social media, follow the Gavel Scholar for Entrepreneurs, their accounts. What these kids do over there is incredible. They analyze an issue, a problem, they develop a product, a company, and then they have an actual pitch day. That's the end. So kind of think Shark Tank for kids. So it's a great experience for them. And then my other happy dollar is just for all of you. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Oh, you were pointing. There's more.
Yes, many of you know Jeff Earlywine and have worked with them through the years as the county administrator. Jeff retiring July 31st. We've already talked about this. Matthew Webster is approved. But there is a retirement celebration for Jeff, July the 27th, it's a Thursday night. And it's at Boone Links Clubhouse. So good news for Jeff.
Stamp.
I suppose guests are allowed to do
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
I'm so appreciative of being here today. Big day, and I enjoy meeting new friends, and I love seeing some old ones here. Your club is fabulous. You've got great energy and great time here. So congrats.
Thank you. All right, anyone else? All right. Dennis. Where'd you go? There you are.
What a day, right? What a
Yes.
day. First place at the All-Star break.
Life is good. Life is good. You know, this is always a wonderful time of the year. I know the past, our exiting president will agree. It's a very, just that big deep breath. I got through it. And we are so appreciative as a club. I know I can speak for everybody that really the job Carrie did, because you got to remember, we were still coming out of that COVID. And we went from and everybody's aware of this, we went from over 100, 510 full-time membership down to 50s, 60s. And we weren't the only service organization that had that happen. I mean, the Lions Club, the JC, everybody just
And now you can see slowly but surely we're getting up there, and there's no reason why we can't get over the 100 again. And I'm looking forward to Jeannie and her presentation. We're so honored to have our governor. This is her first, for those who are new to Rotary, a governor goes around to every club. And that's part of the responsibility, to give the State of the Union, or state of the Rotary in our state, and let everybody know what's going on, check up on the clubs. And so to be chosen as the first one for our new governor, thank you very much. That's a privilege and an honor. We're going to be anxious to hear what you had to say. But we do have this little thing that we do at the end of a president's term. And what the first thing I need to do is I have to be able to swear in. As a past district governor, that's one of the honors I have, is swearing in the new officers every year. And so we got to do that. But one thing I could tell Julie is that you can see from the room here, there's a lot of past presidents here, a lot of people you can lean on, consult with. That reminds me of a story. There was this grandpa in old cowboy, and he was consulting his granddaughter, and he said, you know, honey, he said, if every morning you would sprinkle some gunpowder on your oatmeal, you will live a long life. She looked at him with those wide eyes. You know what? Every morning she did sprinkle some gunpowder on her oatmeal. And you know, she lived to be 103 years old. She had 14 children, 30 grandchildren, 48 great-grandchildren, 25 great-great-grandchildren. And besides leaving them behind, she also left a 40-foot hole where the crematorium is. So don't hesitate. So happy. Also remember this. There's going to be good days, bad days. Don't get too high, don't get too low. There's always good news, bad news, which reminds me of another story. This attorney in New York had a very wealthy client who was an art collector. And he was on the phone with him one day and he said, hey, Joe, I got some good news, I got some bad news. Guy goes, I've had a rough day today. Bad. Can we start with the good news? He said, yes, start with the good news. He said, I just got off the phone with your wife. She bought 2 pictures for $5,000. And she believes she can get $15 to $20 million for them. And I happen to agree with her. Oh my God, Joe is so happy. He said, oh my God, and it's the best news. I knew my wife was a good businesswoman, but this is unbelievable. Go ahead, give me the bad news. Well, the bad news is the pictures are of you with your secretary. So, got to balance the good news with the bad news. All right, you want to get up here, Julie, and I can swear you in. All right. All right. This is the installation of the president of the Rotary Club, and we'll start off with this. Julie Pyle, you have been chosen to the office of president of the Rotary Club of Florence by its members in its expression of their confidence of your leadership. Are you prepared to undertake this responsibility?
Yes.
Then please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Julie Bob, do solemnly pledge that I will faithfully execute the office of the president of the Rotary Club of Florence.
That I will faithfully execute the office of president of the Rotary Club of Florence.
And that I will, to the best of my ability,
That I will, to the best of my ability,
support the district governor and Rotary International.
support the district governor and Rotary
And
International.
will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this club.
Uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this.
I hereby declare Julie Pyle as installed president of the Florence Rotary. Congratulations. Okay, now wrap this up. We've got something that's been going on in this club from the mid-60s. So it's going on 60 years they've been doing this in this club. And it's called the passing of the gavel. And the purpose of it is very, very easy to understand. And that is they wanted, at that time in the 60s, they wanted their president to know that he or she wasn't alone in this position. Now, you've had your training, you've had your pets, you've had all the things that go into becoming a president. And believe me, I can tell you, it's not easy. There's a lot of commitment. You got to realize this is not a paid job. You've got everyday life going on besides this, but they expect a lot, Rotary International. And it's well worth it because of all the good that Rotary does do. So they established a ceremony called the passing of the gavel, which brings up the past presidents that are still associated with this club and that are here for you to lean on when you need them, if you need. So we're going to begin by calling, and if you all would just come up here when I call your name, and I will go ahead and start from the oldest in terms of service, when your office was, your position as president was, and we'll go all the way to the current. We pass the gavel down until we get down to Julie. So Ed Monahan, if you please come on up here. Ed was president twice. President twice in 1979, 1979, 80 year, and also 2001 and 2. So you're all handed it. Congratulations, buddy. I appreciate you always being here, of course. I know you helped me many times, so I do appreciate it. Second is me. I served 85, 86, 99, 20, or 2000, 99, 2000. Then Mike Crane, 86, 87. Thank you, Mike, for your service. Gary Wilmot, 87, 88. Thank you, Gary. Thanks for hanging around. Gary Greiser. Gary Greiser served 2007, 2008. Good job, my man. Still got a smile. That's amazing. Herb Booth is not here, and he is not an active member. He's here in spirit, though. Herb Booth has done as much for this club as anybody. He was a very, very strong mentor for me. He's had some health problems. His wife's had some health problems, but he's still hanging in there, doing well. And I know he's in here with spirit. H.B. Dethridge was very involved in some big programs we had. We've had him as an honorary member for years. That was 94, 95. Sean Carroll, Mr. Sean. '95, 96. And he's been our Sergeant Barnes forever. He's not here with us, but he's here like Herb in spirit. Apian Badillo. Rosie, his wife, is here. Apian was one of the dearest men, for those who have never met him, you could ever meet. He was Rotary from the feet to the head. Just a wonderful man. So we're here and we honor you today too, Apian. Gary. Gary Stewart. Oh, Gary's 2006, 2007. Gary's also a past district governor. He was with the Erlanger Club at the time, and but he was a past district governor, so he's been through this, and that's a lot of you can get from as far as experience.
I have natural hairdo, that's a job.
Greg Palmer's not here today. Greg is very involved in this club, and he's going to be a district governor. So that is wonderful. Patrick Moynihan served in 2011 and 12. He's had some difficulties getting here, but I'm recognizing him because he's here quite a bit of the time. So is Brad Scheid. I know he's not here today. Billy Santos, he's here today. Billy did an excellent job, as you can expect, and very, very strong resource for you. Adam Hart, I know Adam's with another club now, but I'm recognizing him up here because you can get on the phone and give him a call, guilt him into helping you any way you can. 2014-15. Pam Getty, it's good to see you. Come on, Pam, get up here. Pam served for a year and a half. She served for a year and a half, and we do appreciate all the time and effort she put into that. Jacob Brooks isn't here, but I know he's involved quite a bit with our club. Jim Ferguson, 2018-19. Jim's a newbie here. You start getting these 2018-19, that's pretty Now, this guy you won't be able to depend on. He was a president in 1920, because he's living in Hawaii now.
Yeah.
So like Frank Schneider is in Hawaii now, just found that out. So I don't think you're gonna be able, oh, let's call him. Gotta call him, see if he can.
Was it 1920 or 2020?
2020.
Yeah, we can't go full hair.
Peter Wykenot, he's not here, but he served 2021. Dwayne Frolicker. 21, 22, and then of course Carrie Herman. I'll put in there. As I mentioned before, she did a wonderful job for us coming out of a real time. All these guys and Jim and Dwayne, that was a real tough time. It really was. So we got through it. We're rebounding. We're going strong. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to our new president. And I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you all.
I'm just gonna say a couple of really quick words, and I'm gonna turn it over to our district coverage part. If you don't, I think I joined the club when Billy was president. I think, and Adam Howard was my sponsor. He pulled me in, so. Just a couple of quick things. I'm gonna turn it over to Jean. I kind of have been brainstorming, and do you guys remember about a month and a half ago, we went through like a visioning process where we did post-it notes and different things. There is a very clear theme to everybody's post-it notes. And that was, we joined Rotary for camaraderie, and we joined to give back to our community. And so this morning, I kind of put a little graphic together with our themes. It's gonna be about connections for this year, everybody getting to know each other, because that's how we build community. And with the work that I do with parent camp, we do a lot that involves people's core human needs. And the number one core human need, according to the Center for Nonviolent Communication, is contribution. When we're contributing to others in our community, is what makes us feel good. And so those are going to be the themes for this coming year. And that's all built on what you guys have told our board and our when we did that. So I created that graphic. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was tied into that next contribution. The tables, we have put in a district grant, so we're keeping fingers crossed to get this district grant for our members to become trained as one-to-one reading mentors. It's a program that the Northern Kentucky Education Council does. And it's kind of ironic how this all ends up tying together. In that the other day I got a call from Jennifer Inman, and she said, hey, I've got, what's her name? Shayla Bear, she was the 19th chair of the FDIC. Very well known, very well respected. She's coming to the community. Jennifer wanted to know if she could come and speak to the club. But she's also become a children's writer. And she has 5 books, I believe, around financial literacy for children. I'm like, perfect, fits into the theme of reading and giving back. So she's gonna, so it's kind of ironic how things just kind of mesh together, just let life lead you. So, and I'm just truly honored that life has led me to Rotary and all you wonderful people that have become friends, and that we've built this great community. So, and I'm extremely blessed that our district governor, Jean Clark, has joined us today. So, Jean, if you want to come up, sure.
Want me to do your introduction?
Oh, I control That's fine. Some of these people probably know too much about me already. But before I get started, I do want to, and I should have given these to Dennis, sorry, a pen for president's pen with a little diamond.
Let me see. Hey, George. Great, thank you.
Okay, so just a quick note about myself. I've told some of you guys in here, I was from Pikeville originally. That's my home club, was my home club. I was president there in 2011. I come from an education background. I taught high school English for 32 years. So when Julie said, oh, you'll have 20 minutes or so to talk, I mean, that just stabs an English teacher right in the heart. We're chatterboxes, but I'll try to make them breathe responsible and hope that I'm invited back at some juncture. But from Pikeville, my husband and I moved to Lexington. I was joking with somebody in here when I told them we were going to spend a couple of years in Lexington on our way to Florida, where I was going to spend my twilight years on the beach with a drink with an umbrella in it. And that was 13 years ago. My husband will not budge from Lexington now, so that's going to be my home. When I moved to Lexington, I joined the Lexington Big Club that had at that time about 350 members. We'll talk about membership a little bit here in a minute, but they're down to about 240 something. They were hit really, really hard with COVID, like all of our clubs were. But I was in that club for a while, and due to my teaching schedule at the community college, I couldn't make the meetings on Thursdays. So I transferred into another club. It's the Lexington After Hours Club. So I was in the Pikeville Club with about 117 people, a 350 member club, and my club has 14 members. We're hoping to get to 20 this year. So I have the I guess advantage of having worked in 3 very unique clubs and have seen things from lots of different perspectives that has helped me out quite a bit. You're wondering why I have a stethoscope. I thought about as a district governor what my theme would be as I'm visiting clubs this year, and I thought, since I would like to really gauge the health of our clubs, and I know we're coming right off of COVID, your club is going to grow, I have no doubt about it. All our clubs are going to grow, but I wanted to talk about the health of each of the clubs. So first I thought about, I'm going to call this my open up and say ah to it. Then I thought, well, then I'll have to whip out a tongue suppressor or whatever. That's going to be. So I thought, well, what better way to gauge the heartbeat of a club than to listen to it through a stethoscope? So what we're going to do is talk a little bit about the health and the heartbeat of your club. Okay, so let's start by let me ask you, and this is going to be a much longer presentation. Skip that. Okay, and with the raise of your hand, how many of you feel that the Florence Club is indeed a healthy club? Raise your hand. Wonderful, okay. Now, can somebody give me a reason why you think it's a healthy club? Just don't, not a big speech, just call out something. Yes, here.
I always said, if the club closed down, the city knows that you've been there. If this club ever closed down, the city would miss this club.
Okay, community service, your presence in the community, awesome. What's another reason you think it's a healthy club? I saw all those hands up.
I think service is still a big thing, whether it's school or the city or whomever, we're usually ready, available, I think on different paths.
Okay, service in general, okay?
I don't think I think we're a healthy club because our members are still bringing friends to the meetings. If we were not a healthy club, they would not bring guests with them.
Okay, yes, in the hope that that will translate into members perhaps down the road. Okay, anybody?
I think we're a cohesive. Club. We've dropped in membership, but in that we have like a strong core where we're all friends and we all work together here and have relationships independent of road.
Right, those are all wonderful, wonderful, good, strong reasons that you're a healthy club for sure. The answers that you gave me, interestingly enough, all tie into Rotary's 5 avenues of service. What are the Rotary's 5 avenues of service? 5 ways that you serve that Rotary clubs all around the world have bought into. What are these 5 avenues?
International.
Community service, international service, youth service, club service, and one more. The 4th child record, I call it vocational service. Those are the 5 avenues that Rotary says your club should be addressing some way every year. Okay, now Julie asked me to pick a couple of those, and so just very quickly, I'm going to start with club service, just really quickly. Somebody mentioned camaraderie in your club. Club service is all about club culture first and foremost, because your club culture, and I felt it when I walked in here, and as I was meeting you guys, it's the atmosphere your club generates. You talk about friendships, you all know each other, you've got that core. So if you want more members, you have an inviting atmosphere. So when people come in, they go, wow, what's also like about this group of people? I'd like to know more. Club culture is wonderful. I've been in clubs where they have a very toxic culture, where everybody, little groups form and they sit at the same place every lunch. They don't talk to anybody else. You all are very, very welcoming. And as long as you're warm, welcoming, inviting, you're going to get the members, your club will grow. You guys know and feel like you have a good handle on what's going on, not just within your club, but within the district. Yes, no, somewhat. Okay, so informed members are engaged members. So Julie, I know, I was talking to Neville, the newsletter that you just put out, amazing. You have all sorts of information in there for your members. And I can see from what's happening here that everybody in this club is going to be very aware of what's going on in your club. Again, I've been in clubs and sat at a table and spoken to somebody at that table and said, well, what about this project you all have going? That member actually looked at me and said, I know what you're talking about. They didn't have a clue, and it was a big project that their club was involved in. So make sure that your members are informed. You've got a newsletter, you can get a Facebook page, get on social media. My little club has like 300 followers. 14 people have 300 followers because we have a Facebook page and we post things on that. So try to do something like that. Our district has a newsletter. Again, I spoke to Julie. About the third week of every month, you all want to submit photos, articles, upcoming events. We'll put that in the district newsletter. The first week of every month, that newsletter is going to come out. And you're going to see what's happening in the district so that you can be part of something bigger there. And your newsletter and everything you publish is going to enhance your public image. The more people in your community that know what you're doing and what you're all about, your numbers will grow in membership. So public image equals potential members. Don't forget about that. Let's summarize here what's in there. Another crucial part of club service has to do with the Rotary Foundation. I'm not here to start hammering you about money or anything like that, but you need to be aware of the importance of the Rotary Foundation, which is the heart and soul of Rotary. There wouldn't be a Rotary without the good works that that foundation does. So I'm not sure if your club has an orientation for new members. Working on it. They're working on it. Work. That's good. So you get an orientation packet for that person becomes a member. You let them know not just about your club, but about the district, about what's happening on the international stage, and let them know that to be a Rotarian carries a certain commitment, not just a commitment to service, but also a commitment to the Rotary Foundation. So I want to give a little bit of data about the Rotary Foundation and Florence Club. You guys have 3 major donors. I don't know if any of those donors are in the room or would like to be recognized. Do we have any major donors in the room? Okay, there are a couple here. Bill and Dennis are 2. I don't know if there are any others, but those gentlemen are very generous with their treasures. And they send those to the Rotary Foundation regularly. Your club has 30 Paul Harris Fellows, which means these people have given at least $1,000 to Rotary. A Paul Harris Fellow comes with significant recognition and thanks from Rotary. You have 7 Paul Harris Society members. That means these people have given regularly $1,000 yearly to be in the Paul Harris Society. You have 6 people who are Paul Harris Fellows who are eligible to be Paul Harris Society members. So you 6 people will be hearing from past district governor Seema Sachdeeva, who's going to be the Paul Harris Society guru for our district next year. Your club's per capita giving last year was awesome. You all gave $206 per person to the Rotary Foundation. Our district per capita giving was only $112. Your club, with your 44 members, gave $206. That is wonderful. Just keep on going that direction. You gave about $1,000 to Polio Plus, which is down somewhat from the year before. So you want to, get back on track with your giving for polio. On the downside of this, and I'm looking around the room and know that you've got 44 members. Of your 44 members, not everyone gave something to the annual fund for the Rotary Foundation. Not one penny did some of your members give. That's just disheartening for me. Because the annual fund, half of that money comes back to us in 3 years to use for district grants. You have to do apply for one. That's where that money's coming from. Part of that money comes back into the district to use for global grants. Our Rotary International President, Gordon McAnally from Scotland. I wonder why I'm getting from Scotland. From Scotland. He is asking every Rotarian in the world to give a minimum of $100 to the Yannick Fund this year. $100 and $30 to Polio Plus. That's $130. If you're sitting there Your call hair still, you're full. If you're sitting there, no, you have not given the Rotary Foundation one dime, that's problematic. Because when you signed on to be a Rotarian, you said, I'm committing to the Rotary Foundation something. Do you have to write the $1,000 check? No. But people, $130, if you gave the Rotary Foundation $65 each of your billing cycles, January and July, it's over. I spend $60 a month grooming my Pomeranian for crying out loud. You know, I know you guys can afford $130. And my challenge to you, President Julia, is and she's a role model, she gives, but to challenge your members so that you have every Rotarian giving at least $130 for the year. You promise me you'll try to do that? I will try to. Awesome. Super. So all the fun thing about the money, just be aware that that's very, very important. I want to back up just a second to acknowledge a couple of people because you've got some resources in the district that I hope you call on, including me. You call on me and I'm here for you. But you have your district assistant district governor is Gil Farber. And Gil has pledged that when I can't be around, he's going to do it. If you have any problem at all, you go to Gil and he will be a resource. You've got Sandy Stewart. Sandy, I don't know if everybody met you. He's our district governor-elect, so he will be district governor next year. And then your very own Greg Palmer, who I think is in Spain, visiting Germany, visiting his daughter and a granddaughter who's expecting, right?
Yeah.
He's expecting. So he will be the district governor after Zandy. So Rotary is very forward-looking as far as making sure everybody's trained to come around and help you. Of course, Dennis alluded to all the past presidents who are there to help Julie. Dennis, Gary are here as past district governors also. They're valuable resources, so please call on them as well. Moving on quickly to the second avenue of service, and these are the only two we're going to get to today, and that is community service. Can any of you tell me just very quickly, have you gotten any community service projects in the pipeline for this year? Anything you're going to?
Yeah, so we have a number of them. We have a couple of district grants we're finishing up. Benches at Boone County High School with a free little library. Outdoor, some covering at Stevens Elementary. Every year we do the Stanford Toy Drive for thousands of gifts for the kids. That's one of our biggest community service projects. And then we'll start the
Awesome. So that's like 5 or 6 community service projects. Yeah. And you're going to, that's it for this year. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think we have a couple other ones that I know I'm forgetting. I know Gary
Think
has
of
a
any?
Christmas concert.
It's time for Boy.
The Stanford Toy
Go
Drive.
Tree.
The golf alley.
Go.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
Pantry.
the go pantry, we do a lot of stuff.
Well, how do you raise the money for those things? What are your fundraisers?
Yeah.
The golf alley. Super. I guess I would say that, of course, your community service projects are, again, great public relations tools. Make sure the media is there. If you can get on TV, if you can befriend one of the local news people to, take pictures and get any kind of snippet on the news, that will help you a lot. As far as community service goes, think about the past community service that you have worked on and try to gauge whether or not that was successful. I know that my club last year did an Empowering Girls project, which I would love to throw out as a possibility for you guys. We actually invited the 5th grade girls at 4 inner city elementary schools to come together at one of the community colleges. We had 5 pretty prominent female guest speakers, and each one of them took an area that we thought a 5th grade girl that's 10 or 11 years old needs to hear about. Self-esteem, expecting respect, bullying, body image. Each of these female entrepreneurs, pretty much, and a doctor, talk to the girls about this. But as we assess the success of that, and everybody, the girls loved it, and school officials loved it, but we got some feedback that said the girls would like to be more interactive. They don't want to have 5 women stand up, and even if they talk their language, and just sit there for 2 hours. So this year we're doing the same thing with a new group of girls, but they're going to be doing activities in small groups, so that we know that they understood what the speaker was talking about. So, and that cost us next to nothing. We wrote a district grant for that as well, hoping we'll get that. I hope you guys get yours too. But think about thinking outside the box and look at your present community service projects. Are they successful? If you're working at a food bank and the food bank has too much food and the volunteers are tripping over each other because the Kiwanis are there and you are there, do something else. There are a lot of needs in your community, so I'm sure you can find something. So I would like to plug one little thing. On September the 9th, the district is going to have a ride for polio. This is motorcycles, okay? They're going to be in Pikeville. So if you guys know any motorcycle, not gangs, but know any motorcycle groups that might be interested, I need to apply on doing a ride for polio. They're going to pay to get in that. We're going to have a silent auction, a bug dot giveaway, which I never have heard of a lot. Motorcycle guy said, "Yeah, we're going to sell you a peel and stick dot, and you put it on the front of your motorcycle. And at the end of the 2-hour ride, whoever has a smooshed bug closest to the center of the dot wins a prize." I go, yay. Anyway, we hope to raise $5,000 for polio, and that would be from the district, not from the Piper Club. So it's a district-wide thing. So if you know anybody, tell Julia, she can give me the information. I'm cutting it short. I know how it is, and the clock chimes 12. Do you have any questions just quickly? I am very available. Anything you need, I'm there to support you as well. And the district leadership team is there to support you. When next we meet, I'm sure you're going to be over 50 members. That's going to be really fast. So get ready. And thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today.
So we have a gift for you. This was actually an idea that Will brought back from one of his other clubs. Our speakers, we're going to be purchasing a book that is, could be something that's near and dear to, of course, you being an educator. And so do you all remember a couple weeks ago, we had Chad Gavel and the Joe Nuxall Foundation and things, and Chad had written the book. So Chad, who is a friend of mine, actually autographed this for you. So there is. So this is for you and your grandchildren, and then we also purchased a copy of it, and inside we have it's a donation to Stevens Elementary's library in your name. And they'll go in their library, and we'll start hopefully have like a Rotary collection of books in the school.
It's on my level. I can read it. My husband's gonna read it. That's great.
Yep. Nothing. So on behalf of the club and myself, we would like to present to you your report for being our president.
Love it.
So thank you, I'm great for coming, have a great week. We actually, the next meeting's gonna be in 2 weeks, there isn't one next week. And Don is working on the speaker, so watch your emails for that to be coming. Oh,
Yes, you get the bell now. I get the bell.
Dennis, great job, man.
Thank you, Bill. Good to see you.
Hey, man. Get over here.
My arms aren't long enough for it.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you.
That's big. People. I think. You have 43 of them that I can be. Next week. There's no. Whatever you want, they're not. Come to the library and be. That's a neutral zone. So that's a.
I think so.
You want to. What I think is this was. Community based. Yes. Draw you don't have any. Trying to see the house. Let me know what I can do with. To help. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, that would be nice. That'd be very nice. Yeah. The technical, the technical bird that you have to. Because my son is currently being a student in our and starting in business. So I can count on you to work on. Yeah. I connected her with Kat. Well, one I know they know that my various libraries.
They got to have, they don't do those spirit problem. The problem, so, okay, it's in. But I'm always is part director then. And I think they're like.
Yeah, yeah.
They just want to, they want to be together, they want to, they want to. That's the reason to drop down. Yeah.
I think I would. I mean, I'm so. But. Not in the.
You would, I want to ask you about. I was looking.
Yeah, if they're open, you just. keep doing this. So you do 2 months. So we have a new attorney, or attorney retired. And he said this last year, when he could stuff, he doesn't want to do that, we have to take the cafe and come to it again.
Oh, do you?
As a governmental thing.
Oh,
So, when we get a delegate here at the cafe. I think it's fine. But yes, when I can guarantee it is, they don't want to. Exactly.
And then. Then you can be able to, they have to come there.
So responsibility. And if there's ever, they gotta keep me, they're not assistant. Yeah, I was always talking about senior volunteer, junior volunteer, you have more engagement.
Well, I was excited. Yeah.
That. But without the people who membership. But then it makes it something. Activities. Share posts on maybe so. Right, so everybody's just. And
you don't even have to go like that.
but it's just. Important. No,
So how did Joey hear from this? All right, let me know.
Okay, thanks, Eric.
It's